How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk about all things Marvel and MCU. Yesterday, I did a video about Moon Knight, and it seemed like everybody really enjoyed it. Moon Knight is one of the most anticipated Disney Plus series that is coming, and it's one that we don't really know that much about. But that is about to change in a pretty big way, as we have learned some epic information about Moon Knight. There's a lot happening right now, and like my title says, it seems like we could be getting Keanu Reeves as Marc Spector, aka Moon Knight. So I'll break down everything that you need to know about this new report. If you're new and you love Marvel, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest MCU news, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win a Scarlet Witch Funko Pop. I'm picking a winner on Monday. So today's report is coming from the Illuminerdi.com, and they have leaked many things about Marvel Studios and the MCU that have came true, including Christian Bale being in Thor: Love and Thunder, which of course ended up being confirmed. And as far as I know, they haven't been wrong with the report yet. And yesterday they reported a couple of different very important things. The first one is that development for the Moon Knight series has officially begun. Now there are a ton of Disney Plus series announced right now. There's everything in Phase 4, and then of course there's She-Hulk and Miss Marvel as well. But this makes sense considering that She-Hulk has officially been cast, and supposedly Miss Marvel has been cast as well. We just don't know who it is yet, but they do have their directors for the show. So all of the other Disney Plus shows have started production except for Moon Knight until now. It's officially in development, and according to the Illuminerdi, it's aiming to begin production by the end of this year and as soon as late November. And as soon as this starts, we're going to start to learn a lot more about the Moon Knight series, including who they're going to cast to play Marc Spector. But the Illuminerdi also has a report about that as well. There's a casting call for Moon Knight with a plot description of what the show is going to be about. So this is essentially our first very real plot leak. And the description for Moon Knight and the plot of the series reads as follows. Spector was a former pugilist mercenary and CIA agent. He's double-crossed by his boss, Raoul Bushman, after they find a mysterious archaeological site which Bushman planned to loot for his own selfish means. Near death, Spector comes into contact with Khonshu, an Egyptian moon god who offers him another chance to live in return for him becoming his avatar on this world. Spector accepts the deal and is reborn with superhuman powers. He then returns to the US and accumulates immense wealth after investing his earnings as a mercenary and becomes the crime fighter known as Moon Knight. Spector also created multiple identities, including the alias of millionaire Stephen Grant to misdirect people from his mercenary history, and Jake Lockley, a low-key taxicab driver that helps him keep a closer ear to the streets and criminal elements. Marc Spector, aka Moon Knight, is described as a male between the ages of 40 and 50. So for those of you who know who Marc Spector is, who know the story about how he becomes Moon Knight, this is pretty much his exact origins from the comics, and pretty much what we all expected. So we know about how he becomes Moon Knight and know about his different personalities. But the Illuminerdi goes on to report something very interesting. They go on to say that this casting call specifically notes who Marvel thinks would work for the role, and they say it's none other than Keanu Reeves. Now, at this point in time, I do think it's pretty much common knowledge that Keanu Reeves has met with Marvel Studios. I've explained it before, but for those of you who may not know, Marvel Studios meets with really big actors all the time, and they meet with them for pretty much every role. And Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios himself, has said that he pretty much meets with Keanu Reeves about every MCU project they do. Keanu Reeves actually met with Marvel Studios about a role in Captain Marvel, the role of Yon-Rogg. Now, of course, that role would ultimately go to Jude Law, but they're basically just waiting to find the perfect fit, and this role of Marc Spector, aka Moon Knight, seems to be a pretty perfect fit. An actor between 40 and 50 years old, somebody who can be physically fit and engage in hand-to-hand combat, which I guess Keanu Reeves is okay at. So I think Keanu Reeves would be a pretty good fit for the role. Not to mention, you have to have an actor that can play kind of a darker role, because that's going to be the tone of Moon Knight. Moon Knight and kind of Phase 4 and Phase 5 going on are kind of going to be a little bit darker. A very different pace and tone than we're used to, which in my opinion is actually a good thing, because we're still going to get what we got with the Infinity Saga. We're just going to have more now. Especially with all these movies and Disney Plus shows, there's a lot coming to the MCU and there's a lot coming soon. So it's very, very exciting, and it's very exciting that Keanu Reeves could be making his way to the MCU as Marc Spector, aka Moon Knight. So be sure to let me know what you think about this casting. If everything falls into place and Keanu Reeves ends up being Moon Knight, do you think that would be a good fit? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the latest MCU news. For other giveaways and updates, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.